Thank you so much, Mr. Ali Kusemerera, our resident analyst. We will welcome you once again to this episode where we shall be analyzing critical issues and issues that have been trending globally, nationally, and locally. Yeah, say hi to our viewers as we begin.
Yes, hi to the viewers and welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you so much. First things first, let's begin with what has just been concluded here in Kasese, and that is the Tuskerlite RWENZORI Marathon, 3rd edition. Let's look at it from right away from preparation to the day of the event and then after the event. Yeah, could you give us your insights?
Yes, the Tuskerlite RWENZORI Marathon, this is the 3rd edition, as you've said, but unlike the first 2 editions, this edition has attracted bigger numbers of athletes.
Yes.
And from 2,000 plus a year ago to almost 4,000 this year, and from 17 nationalities last year to 34 nationalities. But also it has achieved a milestone in the sense that it has been certified by the International Athletics Federation. So now it received that international recognition. But away from that, it has boosted the local economy in terms of the guests that have arrived in Kasese, and there was need for rooms, there was need for hospitality services, meals, and so on. So it means it has boosted the various sectors of the economy of in Kasese, and people have increased their income. Yes.
Okay. Now, when we are interacting with the people in the various economic activities, for example, like borders, they had a view that this festival, some of them work, but others also get frustrated, especially the ones that have stages along Stanley Street. For the 2 or 3 days, they haven't worked. Yes. What is your view over that?
Yeah, what you're saying is true, because the Stanley Street is the epicenter of the whole function. And remember, apart from the athletics, the end point being the Stanley Street, but also at night, the major sponsors of this show, Tuskerlite, they have to sell their products. And a day before, the stage is set a day before. And for security concerns, the whole street is sealed off. Yes, it is true, much as to the meat roasters and some bar operators and lodges, but for them they work and they appreciate. But for the border guys who are who are having the stage points in that street,
yes,
they are greatly inconvenienced. So I think next time a plan should be made for them to be redistributed to other stages. Yes.
There is also, we interacted with a few bar owners and operators. They also had an issue that whenever this marathon comes in, Uganda breweries comes with their products. They sell them themselves. So you find the bars, people are around using their toilets, using their what, when actually for them they are not working. It is Uganda breweries working. So don't you think that the organizers could also look into helping the bar owners in that regard?
Yeah, so that one brings in the point of involvement. So I think in the next edition, during the preparation periods, the bar owners and stakeholders on this street, the street, they should be also brought on board and involved, and they reach a kind of an understanding between them and Uganda breweries, such that we have a win-win situation.
There is also, let's talk about local runners. They were not mentioned anywhere. It was as if, okay, that is the being honest, they were not talked about in any way. So aren't we left out in this?
Yeah, automatically the local runners, they are disadvantaged in the sense that they couldn't match those people from Sebei. And the organizers of the event would pick the best 6.
Yes.
And our local runners wouldn't feature among the best 6. But I'm happy that this morning, after several interventions, there was an initiative to reward the best 3 runners locally in each race. And at least they received those small, but they got some little money. I was seeing the best in 42 locally was given 600,000. The second best was given 400,000, and the third one around 300,000. But that one also raises an issue of our local leaders, from parliament to and other local leaders. They should create a fund which will, one, enable our local runners in the next edition have better preparations, but also now that the organizers have provided a small token for the local runners, the best 3. So the local leaders can assemble a fund. We top up to our best here, but we also increase. We can pick the best 6 local runners to also boost them.
Okay.
Yes.
Don't you think that it's also good to these people to be recognized at the podium there when they are giving out checks, giving out those mentions? Aren't they important for our local runners for future purposes?
Yes, I think those are some of the lessons learned. So it means in the next preparations we shall also sell it to the organizers. There is a need for them to also announce that small token they have given to them, which we will also
mention them.
Even mention them. But they also feature for cameras and so on. But also that one may prompt also the local leaders to also add in and support them.
I also observed one thing that while they were giving prizes and awards at the podium, local leaders were not featuring in any way. They were just looking on. It was as if they were spectators. Yes. Why is it like that?
Yeah, I think first of all, our local leaders, they didn't one, embrace the idea, but also they didn't support it from the very beginning. Like we had our local participants here, but most of them were never supported by our local leaders. These kids, they needed kind of good feeding, they needed some support in training. So apart from one gentleman called Chitura Francis, who's also from the NGO world, but the politicians, like from the member of parliament here, Honorable Kambale Fugo, Honorable Mujungu from Songora South, the likes of Honorable Kabo Florence, women MP. LOC5 participated, yes, but we didn't see his either monetary contribution and so on. So I think it is a lesson and an eye-opener that it is for their own good. But next time, let them embrace it from the beginning, join its organization, and also support the local content, the local participants.
As we are winding up this segment about the Tuskerlite Marathon, last time we were interacting with a few runners from Sebei sub-region. They were telling us that really, for them, they are really doing this as business. It is not a joking matter. They have schools where they train, they have managers. So that's why they really manage to even compete at international levels. What do you think that, and moreover they compare, they say Sebei sub-region is as RWENZORI region. For them, they even wonder that actually we cannot even halfway compete with them. They wonder actually, when we really have the terrain that is the same, we are as strong as they are. What do you think we could do, we as kasese, as RWENZORI region, in making sure that since this marathon is here to stay, as the organizers say, can't we see how we organize ourselves? Or if it needs lobbying from government, from bigger NGOs, to see that we really perform to the expected levels?
Yes, so this one calls the leadership, the local leadership, those who are in government, especially the local governments, that it is time, as we are nearing the budgeting process, they should allocate a lot of money in the sports sector. Then too, we should have a deliberate campaign of talent identification, especially from schools. So it is the time that the sports officers in the region should begin establishing competitions, which will give platforms for the identification of these runners. A girl who won 21 kilometers is a pupil at Mahango Primary School in P6. So such a girl needs to be followed and given a platform to sharpen her skills. But also the private sector, it is time they should also invest in sports. In other words, the likes of the Hima Cement, the likes of the Kilembe Investments, Link buses, because if we invest in sports, it is not only a career or fun, but also it can be a way of income. Yesterday they took, these people from Sebei, they took a lot of money. So it means that is an income to their region. So it means we have to get a team here to go in Sebei and do benchmarking, for example, and ask them how do they do it. Then they copy some of the tactics, they come and apply them here. Otherwise, it is true, I agree, that runners thrive in areas that are in high altitude. If you look at Sebei, it is in Elgon, and Elgon is in high altitude. Even the Kenyan runners are from the Rift Valley, and that is a high altitude area.
The East African Rift Valley.
Yes, even Ethiopia, Ethiopian highland. Ethiopia is a mountainous country, so it is not surprising that they produce very good runners, like with Algeria and Morocco. So it means in Kasese, we have the potential, but we are lacking we have gaps in talent identification, giving platform to our athletes to practice, but also to invest, resources to invest. We get the right coaches, right facilities, and right diet.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ali Kusemererwa. This marks the end of our segment, specifically analyzing the Tuskerlite Mount RWENZORI Marathon. As it winded up yesterday, so we expect big of it. We expect much from it the following year, God willing. Thank you so much for your time, dear viewers, and Mr. Ali. We are glad that we've heard from you. Thank you so much.